Jackety, yeah, we're started.
Sorry, somebody's coming to ask Liam to win her formal, so I'm trying to
Ooh.
organize it. Josie.
Oh, cute. He's going to have a heart attack when he sees that because what is she doing for him? Let's discuss.
She's got him a pair of Nikes, like basketball shoes. She's because
I'll
they're
go
both
with her to the dance.
Ask me, Josie. I will be your date if I get a new pair of shoes.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, she's asking him to win her formal, and they both play basketball. So she's like, yeah. But anyway,
I need to find a friend like that.
a sugar mama.
Mhm.
So welcome to Pop Run Radio. It's late, but we're here. We're a little bit cozy, but we both have our
8:52
ghost socks on
that Carly gave us.
because we're ready for Halloween this week, people.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What are you going to be for Halloween?
It's not this week. It's next.
Well,
But
when
it's
this
coming in hot.
airs.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're so smart. I'm
I
going to be a
am.
witch because she said classic. So I'm going to
Yeah.
be a witch and David's going to be a mummy. I got
Mhm.
a flat sheet and I'm just going to rip strips for David
Cute.
because toilet paper is not going to last. Let's be honest.
No, he needs like strips. That's
So,
a cute idea.
mummy and a witch.
I do not have a plan.
Hmm.
I really don't. I have my kids are going to be super cute. Ollie wants to be Bumblebee Spider-Man. So he has a Transformer Bumblebee outfit, but he wants to wear a Spider-Man mask. I don't care. You do whatever you want, kid.
Yeah,
If you want to be a Bumblebee Spider-Man,
you live your best life.
just do it. Like, he's in the funnest stage right now. I'm just like, whatever. You do whatever the heck you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I gotta get my
Hazel
notes.
has no say,
Hazel has no say. She just gets to be the cuteness I make her.
as she should. Hazel fell asleep on my lap today mowing, and it was adorable.
Yeah, well, okay, I had to give her Benadryl because she had that reaction to the penicillin we gave her, or amoxicillin, or whatever it was. And Abe used to have these reactions, luckily, because it would have freaked me out if I hadn't known.
Yeah,
What
I didn't
to
even know
look
it happened,
for.
so it had to have been casual.
Yeah, so like when I go to get her dressed and she's covered in this, I'm like, oh,
Was
what?
it like a hives or a rash?
So it's just like when you're kind of allergic to it, which usually it manifests itself and you stop. But we went through the entire treatment, and then 12 hours later, here's this rash, and I'm like, whoa, and it looks bad, and she can't help but itch it, so it's just getting angrier and meaner, and I'm like, this girl has not had a great week.
No.
Here I am trying to just like clear her up for the wedding, so she looks, sweet, and she looks horrible. Like,
Well, I went and picked Paula up for a pop today, and she is thinking I hurt the poor girl with the marks on her. I'm like, I'm not a brutal aunt.
did you forget about the? She must have forgot
did.
about the dog bite. That must have been it. Okay, I gotta get to my notes. Maybe I do need to print this out.
I do, and it's so much easier.
Oh, so like, let's talk about our weeks.
Okay. I wrote down this comment, not in a good headspace this afternoon. David said something this morning, and it wasn't even that dramatic. But I just, by the end of the day, I'm like, I hate everybody.
Really?
Yeah.
It just kind of got you down. Like,
I wasn't even depressed or anything. I just was like, well, that was a dumb comment. And then I just took it to everybody else I saw. That was
dude,
dumb.
the
You're
weeks,
dumb.
the weeks that I hate everybody, I get it. I think it's PMS. Are you PMSing?
I must be, because
And
it
not in a
wasn't
way, I'm not
something-
trying to downplay your feelings
No.
at all. I'm just saying, I think women, like, we need to acknowledge how ridiculously hard it is to go like this all month.
because it
Like,
was a
we have
stupid
all
comment.
these phases and we're going crazy, and then things like that happen. And it's like, I get to this point when I PMS where I legitimately want to like bash people's heads together.
And then
I
if
want
I-
to take two heads of my children and just go as
Mine
hard as
that
I
gets me
can.
by the end too is the anger, but I also, if I hear "mom" one more time from Milo's mouth, and I love him,
Mom, mom,
but he
mom.
says "mom" 500 times a
Right.
evening, 500 times. It's
My
exhausting.
kids, I must say for my kids, nobody in this world can say I don't love my kids. It's just,
Oh, amen.
but literally they think it's so funny to lay on me. And they
And they're
are
not
these
small people.
6'2" boys, 100 and, like, how much does Asher weigh? 175 pounds. I'm like, I get laid on all day by the babies, and I'm going absolutely crazy. And they're like, it's cute. Let me lay on you. And I'm like, being crushed.
Pick you up like a
Or
little
the other
baby.
thing they love to do is stand in front of me and not let me get to what I'm trying to do. So like I'm reaching for a frying pan and Asher will just step in my way and not move. And I'm like,
I think I'd like the laying on me better than the blocking me.
if you don't move, I love you, but I'm literally going to take the frying
Well,
pan and I'm going to tangled. I'm going to like smack you
I
with
can
it.
tell you how to do self-defense again, like moves. I learned that at the dentist office this week. I learned quite a bit at the dentist
So
office.
you're
do I
telling
not?
me last week you learned how to fight with a cane, and
Yes.
now who taught you self-defense?
Okay, so it started out as this guy likes stones, and he collects like expensive, nice turquoise, and he's silversmith. So I was like, tell me more, because turquoise is my jam. But it somehow turned from that to he teaches self-defense classes to the missionaries.
And just started teaching you it.
Yeah, he just told me the three main spots. So,
well, teach me to to defend myself against my own children.
I think the frying pan sounds like the best idea.
Yeah.
Try to think of what else was on my week.
So we went down to Marcos de Niza for a game. So 4A football is what Snowflake is in. Really chaps my hide or whatever. What's that saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Because like they throw us up into 4A. Have I talked about this before on the pod?
I don't know. I don't think so.
And because we won 2 championships in 3A, and they love to do this. The AIA in Arizona loves to like, oh, you're too good for that, so we're just gonna take
Knock
you out.
Down a peg.
So you get up into 4A. Okay, sure. That means all of the teams that are in our region, kid you not, every last one of them is in the Valley, except
And
for us.
all of them have been away.
And so when it's an away game for us, we're in the Valley, which is a 3-hour drive.
You've been 3 weekends in a row.
I have been 3 weekends in a row to the Valley for games, and it's exhausting. And
now
then
you're going for the wedding?
Then the last game, it was like, you could tell the boys were almost exhausted. Like nobody played great. It was rough. And I felt bad but I'm thinking, here are these boys. They had to go through Globe that day,
No.
which going through Globe is hard because Globe is the canyon and it's hard to go through.
Ugh.
On a bus, took 5 hours to get to the Valley.
Oh, sounds
They're
horrible.
pooped by the time they get out on the field. So I'm like, I kind of feel bad for them, but by golly, if Paula and I were not living for this school, I'm talking their spirit was a 10.
Snowflake to same?
A+. No, they were very Snowflake-esque. That's why we were feeling it. They
Oh.
had fireworks going off.
But did they have the cranky Snowflake? They were all just all in? Because we're great fans, but we get mad.
I don't know if they did. I couldn't hear them from where I was at. But I
Hmm.
will say they had like an honor choir. They had a marching band that was like, the marching band did this halftime performance where we saw it because we were on the opposite side, but they had a whole barrier set up where they came around and became butterflies.
Oh.
And then they went back out and played the rest of the sound. And so it was cute. And then just like their student section was big. The announcer was a hoot. He was so fun. They came out and did this Catholic prayer with our team, which was cool. I loved it. And then I just like the whole night, the vibe was there.
I love
the only thing I did not
good fan.
appreciate was the concessions were horrible. You know how at our games, the concession line is practically 2 blocks down.
Yes.
Like literally it's snaking all around the foyer of the game. There was no even in line because there was like nothing to get.
What do you mean? Like, what were their options that were
Like
so
they said
puny?
candy, but they didn't even list the candy. So finally me and Paula were like, well, what kind of candy you have? They're like M&Ms and peanut M&Ms. We're like, pass. Okay, so then
That is not candy.
I'm like, well, I'm starving at this point. We had eaten earlier in the day and I was like so hungry. And so this family next to us comes back with a box full of like pizza, soft pretzel, popcorn. And I'm like, okay, is this any good? Like we need feedback. And I really, really wanted to eat a pizza. It looked good to me. It looked like a deep dish pizza from like a local joint. So I was like, maybe I'll just get a slice of pizza. And so we go. I'm like, okay, Paula, go over and ask this family how their food was.
You bossing the little
No,
girl.
she actually was her idea, actually. She's like, I'm
Okay.
going to go see if the food was any good. And while she's over there, she's chatting it up like she always does because she's such a cute little social butterfly. Well, she comes back and
Did
she's
she
like,
go behind the band butterfly and become a butterfly?
she went behind the band. Yes. She transformed. Well, anyway, she comes back and she's like, oh, they said the popcorn was no good and the pretzel was no good. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. She's like, you just got to be hungry and wait for In-N-Out because that's what our
That's
tradition
your
is.
thing.
So I'm like, fine. Well, then like another 2 quarters goes by and by now they're shutting down the concessions. And she's like, well, I didn't want to tell you, but they said the pizza was really good.
Were you just afraid? Was
She
just
didn't
afraid
want
you'd
me
get
to
too full?
eat so that I'd get too full to go to In-N-Out, which would be fine, except we pull up to In-N-Out and she's like, I don't even want to do this.
Oh, shut up. She didn't want to eat?
She's like, let's just go to a gas station. I'm like, no,
Absolutely
you
not.
like withheld information from me for me to not eat the deep dish pizza that looked good to me. And she's like, I totally lied. I even said in my head, don't tell Jackie about the good pizza. Like,
I wonder where it came from.
conspiring against me.
And you guys spent the night, so who cares if you went to In-N-Out?
Well, in it, I think we just all like.
Oh, this was after the varsity
This is
game.
after the varsity game, and we stayed that night
Yeah.
too, but we just had to hit a wall of exhaustion, and then I kind of missed the turnoff, so we had to re-enter the freeway and go all the way back around.
Mm.
It just kind of was crazy, and then I didn't realize. I mean, I should have realized that we are in the middle of Tempe. It was like chock full of college students,
Oh, that sounds
just like
no
out
good.
the wazoo. But Piper had been craving it. I'm like, we can do this. It's fine. We can
Piper
sleep in.
craves it all day and all night.
She has an iron deficiency, sis.
I know because I had the same thing.
you need, yeah.
But iron makes us sick. So when I take iron pills, I barf.
I wonder if you could just get
I
a
couldn't
supplement.
even take a prenatal with iron in it. I had to just go straight for the folic acid.
Okay, people out there that are health gurus, how can Piper get iron in her that will
Not make her
not make it bad?
Yes.
Okay, here's another concession story though. I'm dying because I'm starving. They don't let you, like, it was the most strict game we'd ever been
You
to. For
can't
all
bring
their
anything
school
in.
spirit, they had metal detectors. We had to walk through, like, practically get patted down. Paula was stashing one of my Sweet Tarts ropes in her pants. She's like, oh my gosh, if I get patted down, I'm toast. So
She throws it and runs.
like when people throw a gun and run when they're getting pulled over. Literally. So luckily they didn't pat us down, but they searched, our stuff. But so I'm like, Piper, I'm dying. Go over to the concession for me and get me like the coldest Diet Coke they have. Just teasingly, right? Well,
Mhm.
Piper is a good girl. So she gets up to the line and she's like, I want a Diet Coke, but can you like make sure it's like the coldest one in the fridge?
She's no dummy.
Well, the lady's like, what? She's like, my aunt just really likes them nice and cold. And she's like, it figures because you guys are from Snowflake.
What
And
does that have
we
to do with
don't
Diet-
know. We don't know what that means. We don't know if the dig was like that we like pop. We don't know if the dig is that we're high maintenance to want it cold. They had been very kind and
It's hot
cordial
in
up
the
till
valley,
then.
too.
But she comes back and she was like, I just got dissed. And I'm like, oh no. So apparently asking for a really cold Diet Coke showed our redneck ways or something. I'm not really sure.
Well, what's funny is because every time I ask my kids to take Diet Coke for me out of my mini fridge in my room, they say where from, and I tell them the coldest selection.
Yeah, because
Top
they
right,
know. They know.
Lower left. Like I have a specific place that they have to pick them from.
Totally. Okay, so then the next morning after this game, we decide to go to In-N-Out. Again, we're still in the middle of Tempe. Not In-N-Out, sorry.
Oh my! You went
Einstein.
again?
Einstein Bagel. We decide to go for dinner or for breakfast for a bagel. And we're going, and so the lanes, like when you're parking, the parking spots are like one way, right? So I'm
Oh.
pulling into a thing, and this, those driverless cars that are out there, it turns down the wrong way, and I'm right there.
I wanted to know this because every time I see them, I think, how are they not
I'm like,
in wrecks?
okay, you got to move, boo, but they didn't get that. So like,
well, there's no they. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to back up, and it like every time I move, it inches right into my spot to the point where I'm pinned between him and the other cars. And I'm screaming, and Liam's like, let him crash into you. Get the
Then get a new
money. And
car.
I'm like, that's not going to happen. It's just going to be a headache
And
for
how
us
are you
all.
going to replace what you have?
Yeah, it's
You
going to
never
be a
can.
headache for us also. I'm like trying to avoid it and like people are walking and stopping, watching the standoff that was me in this driverless car. Because I did not know what to do. I did not know where to turn. Luckily, I kind of inched away and it like just went around me. I'm talking, it skirted past me. And I watched the whole time like, it's going to get me.
That is so dangerous. I've thought that since I've seen them.
Creepy. I don't understand that. Like, it literally
And
gives
people
me the
say it's
willies.
because they don't have to tip or something like that. But I don't know if I'd still dare to do it.
I don't know. Okay, so then here's another funny story. I have some funny stories from this trip just
Good,
because.
I was very sad to miss it.
Okay.
Pre-laugh. That sounds very Hunter.
I know.
Like our brother. Pre-laughs every joke.
You know how our kids are different generation than us? Like, they just stream things. They have no idea of the concept of cable TV.
No.
No idea. So we're all, tucking in for the first night. It's just me and Paula and Liam, my son, who's 15 at the time. Because he had a JV game, so we packed him in with us to go spend the night because then he had to go back again in the valley for a varsity game. So his coach let him just stay with us so that he wouldn't have to go all the way back down to Snowflake, go back through the canyon down.
And they
It would have
didn't
been
even
a
end up
nightmare.
having practice Thursday night.
Huh.
Okay, sorry. That doesn't matter. Just random.
No, but
fun
yeah.
fact.
So we're sitting there and we Paula loves some hotel TV. which I love. She's like,
Okay, don't let me forget to tell you Code Hotel TV about me.
really?
Yeah.
Okay,
you
so
might not know.
she's like looking through it, finding some stuff. At first we find some Real Housewives. We're laughing, but then it gets a little too much for Liam, so Paula feels bad. So she gives the remote to me, and I'm like, oh, there's Nick at Night. Okay, what did Nick at Night play when we were there?
Mary Tyler Moore.
Yes, I Love Lucy.
Yes.
Like Brady Bunch. It was stuff
Mhm.
like that. Well, now Nick at Night is Friends and Modern Family.
No.
Does that make you feel old? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, what are Liam's two favorite shows?
Yes.
So we're watching Friends for an hour, and he's laying in bed just feeling so happy about this. And then I knew that's what was coming on next, and all of a sudden it comes on next, and he's like, "Oh my
I need
gosh!"
live TV.
He's like, "What is this?" He's like, "What is this?"
It's like your
excitement.
favorite when you make a playlist on your phone for music. It's a playlist of
Literally the next night he's like, so can we get that Nickelodeon at Night thing going again? Like he was all stoked about it. And then this made us absolutely wheeze. This tells you how little my children actually stay in hotels. Like we just don't travel.
Mhm.
It's way too expensive right now. The economy is crap. Like we have no traveling going on.
No.
He comes out and he's like, after taking a shower after his game, he's like, man, that was some really nice soap in there. I really like that Dove brand.
Dove.
I'm like, do
Dove.
you mean Dove? It was so cute.
Lizzie just crack up.
He was loving it because we were just absolutely
So he loved it.
but and it was just cute because so for the rest of the weekend we're like, how'd you like that Dove?
That
Or
Dove.
that Dove? Did you enjoy washing with that Dove?
It's
Which
so
in his
cute.
defense, like English is stupid.
Oh, there's so many
Because
different
Dove
words.
is the same thing as Dove. And
Yeah.
so he's just reading it, but obviously he
He's
doesn't
cute.
use Dove. Obviously he doesn't even know how fancy it can be. But
Okay, I'm gonna throw in 2 motel stories.
yes,
while
I want to
we're on
hear
it.
about the like hotel.
When David and I ever, or anyone in my family, we go, the first thing we do is turn on the TV and find the murder channel is what we call it. It's just like crime shows.
Oh yeah, like a 2020 situation.
There's a murder channel in every motel.
How funny.
We never watch murder shows at home.
but you do there.
What's what we do at a motel.
So is it like the true crime murders or like the
Yes.
dramatized?
no true crime
Okay, so like
murders.
actual documentaries.
Yeah, but
I feel
there's-
like every time I go to get my hair done at Rogue, it's when I watch all the crazy
they
documentaries.
always have nuts.
Like today, we watched a documentary about a lady who was catfished for 9 years.
Oh my goodness. What's
and
the
you'll
name of it?
never believe who was catfishing her.
Oh gosh, who?
Her cousin. Just vindictively. Like had set up a profile with a brother
Just
of a
scamming her
boyfriend.
money?
No. That's what's so bizarre.
Oh.
They're all come from money because they're like Indian.
Okay.
But one lives in London. The guy she impersonated is a real guy that was a brother of somebody she had dated. And so she created like 60 different Facebook profiles to actually sell it and had this girl catfished for you have to watch it. 9
What was she doing for 9 years? Like how was she?
She would
catfishing?
always make up excuses of like she talked
Like
to
trying
her
to
on
date
the
with
phone.
her
She
type
would
thing?
message her. She met the whole family via
Makes
messaging or whatever. Every time they would get together, she had this huge thing. She had hospital pictures of I got shot 9 times.
Why
in
she
a,
couldn't meet him?
yeah,
meet her, I
and
mean?
this poor lady was believing it. And when she found out it was her cousin, and her cousin legitimately, because what happened is she shows up at this guy's house, and the guy's like, "Who are you?" But it got to the point where she would be sending pictures that she got from his social media. So this girl knew about him. She knew about his wife. She knew about his kid. And so this family who'd never met her were freaked out.
As you would
Anyway,
be.
the whole thing
9
is bananas.
years.
You have to watch it because
What's
literally,
the name of it? I always get a wild show at
Sweet
Rogue.
Bobby.
Sweet Bobby.
You
Okay, I'm putting
have
this in
to
my
watch
phone.
it. And then, okay, there's this other one where this lady, did you hear about the lady was working at a corrections facility as a guard, had been working for like 20 plus years, was everyone's trusted source of like managing everything. She was this amazing woman. Everyone trusted her and she was the go-to for everything. She falls in love with somebody and helped him escape.
Yes.
And then when they track her down, she just kills herself because she knows she's toast.
Mhm.
It was
I listened to it on a podcast and I watched the docudrama on that.
whew. So Sweet Bobby, though, every time they open a new chapter, it was like, who gets catfished like
I'm
this.
just shocked that it was for a relationship, not money.
For what kind of diabolical, is she jealous of her? Like, who as a cousin spends that kind of time of their own?
They have to be off. They're just
They
probably
have to
a
be
little bit off.
Lulu.
Yeah.
Like loco. Like the family that she was impersonating totally wants a like legal action against her, but there's really no laws for that kind of thing. They can't really charge
Unless
with
they've
anything.
Even taking money, they probably can't. If you're
There's
a grown adult,
Yeah, there was no money exchanged. It was just like she says, I remember being with my cousin and she'd be
No.
fiddling around on her smartwatch and I'd be getting messages from
and she didn't
Bobby.
notice.
Never knew.
Well, who would
Until
look? I
she
wouldn't have
finally
watched.
was so annoyed she never met him after giving him 9. She said, I would wake up and message him. I would message him all day. Everything I did revolved around him for 9 solid years. And when she never could meet him in person, she finally sent up a private
That's what I was
investigator.
gonna say. How'd you finally find
And that's
out?
how they finally were putting the pieces together. But this poor girl.
How far apart did they live in real life?
So about an hour away from each other.
Hmm.
So he was in Brighton and she was in London.
Jeez.
Anyway, it was crazy. So like documentaries like that, absolutely love. I don't even know how I got on that topic. Oh, I have one more hilarious story about the weekend. Have you ever been to Shields?
Dude, I go to Shields every time I go to the valley. I have 3. My boys are hunters. I have a picture with David and
What
Spice
is
there.
this store?
That's where I just got another new water bottle.
It makes like Dick's slash
one. It's huge.
outdoor Bass look stupid.
Huge. Oh, it's huge.
We couldn't get enough. Like we were wandering through. Well, the best part is we walk in and I realize what it is. I don't think I had ever realized. And I was like, man, what can't you find in
You
here?
can get Scotcheroos at the checkout line that are delicious.
Oh, we know because they kept coming around doing samples and we kept eating them. So Paula bought 2 things for us to drive home
okay.
with.
Last weekend when I was down there and we didn't make it to the game because I thought they were closer than they were like 40 minutes apart.
Mm-hmm.
But that they didn't have a motel where the game was.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Shields to pick up a water bottle for Marley's birthday.
Mm.
And I told Dave, don't even come in with me if you're going to be mad because you know I'm going to buy one for me.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be a bully and guilt trip me
Sit
about
in
it,
the car.
stay in the car. He's like, no, it's fine. I'll come in. But I bought some Scotcheroos on the way out. They gave me life.
They were amazing. I'm kind of a Scotcheroo snob because we grew up with you making them for us.
Becky Jones got me on the
Yeah.
wagon.
And they were good. But we walk in and we're like, oh my gosh, there's so much you can find in here. And Paula goes, you can find Jesus in here. And
There's video games. There's everything.
I did not know. I just figured it was like another like Dick's Sporting Goods.
No.
But it was
That's where Spice got his gun for his birthday.
Yeah, Piper told me she knew a lot about it because it takes so long to get a gun
Mhm.
for the background checks and stuff. But like, I mean, you ran a corner and there's purses
Christmas
everywhere.
decorations, any kind of clothes, shoes.
What is this place? And why is there not more than just that one location?
I don't know.
It
And
was
that
a
one's
whole new
new.
experience. I
It's
can't
fairly
lie.
new, like within the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I think they've been other places in the States, but not there.
Yeah.
Because I saw one in Utah once.
Did you?
But yeah.
Well, I thought it was impressive. I'm like, wow, you could really like come in here for like
Oh, it would
hours.
kill me. Yeah. But they
Hours.
do get some good sales. I've got a lot of exercise clothes there because they'll have a good deal on them.
Okay, see, that's my question. I'm like, do they ever do sales? Because like it was
Things are
fun to
expensive.
walk through, but there was nothing we were gonna buy. The purses were all an arm and a leg because they were all those nice brands like you get at Boot Barn.
Mhm.
Or like we walked through the women's and it's like the most adorable Nike things you've ever seen, but they're $70 a
Yes.
piece. I'm like, no.
Yeah,
or
they're
like we saw these
expensive.
adorable tracksuits we could get like Lila and Hazel, but who's gonna spend that much on a little girl?
And a little kid tracksuit.
No, I mean they
I
would
have
look
got 'em
amazing.
on
but-
sale. DSC is a brand, and I liked their spandex shorts.
and they go on sale.
Yeah, I was able to get those for a good deal.
I
I mean,
mean-
it wasn't a cute Nike tracksuit, but
Yeah.
I actually liked those better than my Lululemon shorts.
Really? And they went on sale?
Mhm.
How did I not know about this? If you go every time you're down there.
It's only been there for a couple years.
Another random store I found that was amazing is right next to that Einstein down by this college. There was this art supply store.
I know, I've been there.
What?
I went there once because I was at Einstein Bagels.
I feel like
You got to realize for 2 years we lived in the valley at the doctor.
Yeah.
When David had a stroke, we had to go like once a month.
I guess that's true. I just didn't even know about it.
No, all these things I did within that year of him being sick because we were just down there so often.
Then the Trader Joe's right next door.
Mm-hmm.
So we walk into Trader Joe's, which I'm not lying. I haven't been to Trader Joe's in probably 15 years. And I walk in and I was like, what is this place? Why don't we have anything like that?
I don't
It
know.
is amazing. Like just the like treat selection.
Oh, I know.
Which, by the way, your daughter was so cute and bought you a treat, and it's at my house.
What is it? My
She bought you
honeycomb?
those honeycombs,
Oh,
but they somehow got like shoved with my stuff, so I have a bag of them for you.
good, because she owes me a lot.
Yeah. Have you been spotting her lately?
Yes. But she has a lot of shifts this week, so that's good.
Good. But like I can't believe the tree selection. There's like chocolate caramels and chocolate almonds and like these. I got
The
these.
s'mores. Did you get your s'mores again? That's what
No,
you got
because they
this
were
one.
out of season. I tried.
Oh,
And the
shoot.
best part is the workers like, if you go to Costco, they're actually way better there and they come in with more.
That's where I had Paula get mine from.
Okay, well, now I know. Paula actually, I didn't have a Costco card, but she's like, I do, so I want to go back and get those. But
Yeah, they were good.
just walking through like the cool stuff you can get to cook with. Like Piper grabbed this pumpkin pasta for her and Maddie to make because they make
Mhm.
pasta together all the time. There was like,
They use this little oil thing, like with spices in it. My girls use it to cook all the time.
yeah, just stuff like that, like the spice selection, like the specialty stuff that we need because we're cooks, but we don't ever get. We always have to make do with whatever we can find here, and it stinks.
And
Like the 5 Chinese spice that I used to make my Asian food.
wasn't
I made
there?
stir fry tonight. I have to order that stuff on Amazon.
I know.
Because
our
nobody's
options are
going to
not
have it up here,
great.
but you walk into Trader Joe's and it's just like there. And then you
Which is
walk over
funny
to
'cause
the
it's
flowers.
small.
The flowers were beautiful and they're so cheap.
I know.
Like I made Ellie's bouquet the other day and I had to go to Bash's', and Bash's' flowers were not that cheap. Trader Joe's were
No.
cheaper.
Is she having real ones made for her actual wedding? 'Cause
I'm
she
going
did
to ask her
bridals
if
early?
she wants, because she absolutely loved it. I just kind of made it up as I went and I used snake plants in it and it looked
Does she
so
not have
cool.
one planned as of right now?
No. And so I'm like, I'd like to make her one, but then I have to go buy new flowers because they're not.
Is everyone else having flowers like the boys or anything?
I don't think so. That's why I'm kind of like, do you want me to just?
Because what you did turned out cute.
Yeah, I mean, I think her aunt made her some really cute like silk flower bouquets, but she.
Oh, okay. That was
I
my
don't
question.
know. I don't know what. I'm gonna talk to her tomorrow and kind of get it nailed
I
down.
meant like nothing, or
Like the pictures for the bridals we did looked amazing because he had a boutonniere and she had a bouquet, and maybe that's all she cares about flower wise. And
Mhm.
now,
no, I get it. Yeah.
so I don't even know. I have to talk to her, but like I've never arranged flowers, so I like for that. So it was fun
That
because I
sounds
just kind of
fun.
walked around my house and got random stuff that I thought would be cool to give it a little bit of dimension.
Well,
and I
let's
thought
talk
it turned
about
out
at
cute.
her shower when Monterey had a flower bar. That's still giving me life. And my bouquets
Yes.
just went bad like today.
Yeah,
It's been over a week.
there's something about real flowers, and that's why being able to go to like a Trader Joe's and just get something
Well,
for
and
the
they
week.
lasted longer.
Uh-huh.
When I get a flowers around here, they don't last long
Yeah,
enough.
what does last is if you get the fresh flowers from like Kelsey.
Mhm.
Those last because
Yes,
they're
for
so
sure.
fresh. But you can't go here to a Walmart or Bash's'. Those flowers have already been in a truck
Yes,
for 2
yes,
weeks.
exactly.
It's like they're
for sure. I
not-
love Kelsey's. but
They're not
Kelsey's-
doing anything for you. So yeah, I kind of was just like, I don't know. But let's go ahead and have a little bit of ads going on. So you
It's Jackie's
guys,
turn because she just got her hair done and she looks cute.
I
So she's taking over
okay,
ads.
let's be honest. Where could you possibly go to have instant life transformation and walk out feeling like you are so ready to be the father? The father. You're gonna be the father of the bride? You're so ready to be the mother of the groom. But man, look, I mean, Carly made me just like feel so like I was ready.
That your girl Carly.
So yeah, you guys have to follow your hair girl Carly on Instagram, Karlee, and make an appointment to go see her. You guys, you can
She
go
does
into
blondes and
blondes,
darks. I'm dark.
brunette,
Jackie's blonde. She does us both.
the whole range of us, and you can walk into the salon at Rogue. Love Rogue.
There's
love
a
Tia
vibe.
over there.
It's perfect.
And you walk out feeling like $1 million. And where else can you do that in one day besides a cool beauty salon that can just do it all?
no,
So
for
yeah,
our little local town, it's
amazing.
super fun.
And
cute.
Carly's always been great. So please, like, follow her on Instagram. Go in, and when you go in, like, mention us so that we know, if anyone's
listening.
yeah.
Are you out there?
Are you out there? It's me. So anyway, Carly, love it. Please hit her up, and she will actually give you a free consultation.
Yeah.
So like you can go in and be like, this is what I want. Like she will sit you down and be like, okay, this is what I can do. This is what it will cost. This is what,
Mhm.
if you want extensions or whatever, she can like kind of give you an idea. Don't feel like, you can kind of get an idea what you need to do.
Yeah, I never go and I always get the same color right now, but
Mhm.
she'll be like, "Do you need a trim?" I say, "You tell me. You know
Yeah.
what you're looking for."
Which I kind of love that she
So,
can kind of just
I do
do.
too.
I say
I
just
want
do
her to
whatever
help
you
take
think
care of
looks
me. Yeah.
good. Yeah, love it.
They know what they're doing.
So Rogue, definitely recommend that, and hitting up Carly. And then Furniture Gallery, you guys. I think about this chair all week when we're not here.
When we came in tonight, you guys weren't here yet. When I came in by myself,
Did you just take a little snoozy?
I did. I kicked up and had a lie down, and it was lovely.
I'm just loving these chairs, and I love Furniture Gallery. And guess what? If you go there between now and the end of October, it's like 20 to 40% off everything.
Up to 40%.
Like up to 40% on some items. I mean, I saw some amazing prices when we walked through. I'm like, this is like totally slashed down.
Amen.
So go hit it up. She's right here in Belly Button between Snowflake and Taylor. And then there's also a location in Blanding, and there's also a location in New Mexico. So look up the Furniture Gallery. Follow them on Instagram. We'll have Paula obviously link how to follow them and how to get in touch with them.
They have delivery.
Yeah,
pickup,
free delivery, and that is game changing.
And we
Literally.
go there because that's where we get to see family.
Yeah, we love chatting with our cousin Tiffany and just always having a good experience. And she'll just let you walk around and do your thing and answer your questions. And it's just
Yes.
really pleasant experience.
We have a small addiction. This week we'll post how many pieces of furniture we have.
I
from
was
them.
thinking about it the other day.
I have
'cause
two couches in my room alone.
You know how I have a problem with furniture? Like I have a tendency to rearrange often. And I
Yes.
started thinking of all the things I've done with her, and it's quite a bit. So it would be fun to
Yes.
talk about all the stuff we've done.
Yes, let's do.
Okay, guys, one more week with the Willis Farm. It's fun.
And the
the
month is
witches
running
thing
out.
that they just recently did looked so cool.
It did. I don't know who.
I don't know what that was, but I
Put it
feel
on.
like that was awesome. Like Willis Farm, way to go. And people involved in doing that, like hit them up, go get your pumpkins. Remember that your pumpkins, the ones you don't carve, keep them up through the
I just taught Paula that
Thanksgiving.
today.
Like it's so harvesty and festivally. Like throw away your scary carved ones, obviously,
Yes.
but keep the vibe going with the
That's what I do every
pumpkins.
year. I'll let them cut one. I'm a bully because I don't want them ruined because they're so pretty.
right. And so let me get their website.
Willis Farm, but and the scary one, I know it's been happening because I can hear the yells from my house.
Yes, you can. I can hear the yells from your house. I love it because it's right up there by us. But
Yes.
okay, totally like
I love seeing them. The schools go there too. Every time I drive by, there's about 15 schools there.
mhm.
But yes, the Willis Farm.
Why can't I find their website? Just give me an old thing. That would be awesome.
We toss them. They're awesome.
Okay, you guys, hit them up at
Still can't. You need me to read it for you?
no, the Willis Farm ranch.com. So the Willis Farm ranch.com. And then their hours, Monday and Tuesday, 1 to 6, Wednesday and Thursday, 1 to 8, Friday, 1 p.m. to 10 p.m., and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., closed Sundays.
Let's be honest too. Are they not the nicest family altogether?
Yeah, I love them all.
Everyone in the whole family is so nice, and the whole family pulls together for the scares.
I think it's so
Aunts,
cool.
uncles, cousins.
Yes, I see a bunch
friends.
of their cousins from the valley who spend their whole fall break just coming up here
Mhm.
running the haunts with them, and I think that's such a cool,
I
fun
love the
thing
whole
to
family.
do.
They're all awesome. So yeah, hit up the Willis Farm.
Yeah, so
Shall we get on topic?
let's do it. Our topic this week is not very long, so we kind
I'm
of spent
glad.
a lot of
Glad you
time
had
on
some
our.
stories. What do you mean? Look at all these things I've attempted and failed. No, they're not all fails. We made it's called Jackie of all trades instead of Jack of all trades. So we're discussing some hobbies or businesses or ideas that
We've
we've
done.
tried. Some that have stayed, some that have failed, and one that should we just take turns? Stayed, failed.
Yeah, let's just talk about some of our past funny, hilarious ventures.
You have better ones than me because you're more adventurous than me, and because Dave is doing businesses. If
That's
we
the thing.
both
You
did
think
'em-
you're not adventurous, but you are like 100% behind David and all of his million
I
businesses.
am.
So
I am.
you do it just as much.
I am.
Okay, tell me about one of yours.
What I hate now, sorry, Talia, property management. It's great residual income, but I hate
It is not an easy thing to do.
I'm too nice. You
Who-
want to live here for free for 3 years and pay no rent and then
Oh,
leave
I
the
feel
house
bad for
completely
you.
full
I
of
feel bad for you
trash?
because
then okay, go ahead and do it. That's a yes from me.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
I'm not a good property manager.
you're not getting your full money's worth.
No, so we did it, good money, but me and David are both too nice. We got taken advantage, 5,000.
Okay, but let's just discuss going back even farther. Cleaning parking lots, rollerblading.
Yes. Oh, this makes me think of Bill Melzer, and he's passed away now.
Yeah.
So David's uncle Bill would landscape and take
Mhm.
care of buildings,
Mhm.
commercial buildings. And me and David, before we got married, David would do it alone. We had 2 parking lots we'd clean in the middle of the night. Now they're like the middle of the city, but at the time they were a drive.
Yeah, they're
That
like
one
way
out
out
by
there.
Wallows, that was
Yeah.
way out there. So we would go in the middle of the night, and when I got married to him, I'm like, dude, we could make this much easier. So we bought rollerblades, and we would have those little trash picker upper clampers.
Yes.
I'd carry a bucket one hand and the picker uppers in the other. Yes. Did you do that then?
Yeah, we did it for a little bit before
So when we quit doing it, we had you guys do the job.
Mhm.
It's such good extra money for
well, it's
nights
good
and
extra
weekends.
money and just a little side job because we all need the side jobs.
And you want to know what's funny is after I did that, because I really enjoyed it, I always look at, that's another random fact you probably don't know about me. I like to look at Craigslist of jobs and things for sale.
I was going to talk about that because remember how you found that one of cleaning an Airbnb up in Shiloh?
Yes,
and so
that's on my list.
Maddie and Kaden would take turns and they would get like $100 every time. It was
And then
great for a high school kid.
Or if you and I had time, we'd go.
we would go do it. Yeah, we would talk and then split the money. It was
Yeah.
great.
That was on my list of one. But I found a parking lot in Springerville, Arizona to clean. We were in charge of that Safeway parking lot, so we would make a certain amount, and we knew somebody that lived there that would do it and take a portion. But we made like a couple $100 off of it every month.
Doing nothing, just being the go-between.
That was my business found.
I'm proud of you for that. Like the side hustles you can find on Craigslist are actually, they're legit. They're legit out there.
And some of them were fun. I really did like rollerblading and picking up trash.
Remember it. So I was like,
And now I look at parking lots all the time. I'm like, who's taking care of this? It
This
looks
is
like
not up
I
to
really
par.
do. I really do.
Okay, so this one. You're welcome,
Sparkle and
Carly.
Sass, I hope.
It is called, wait for it, Sparkle and Sass. Okay, back in like 2004, 2005, 6, it was huge.
Last week.
It was huge in the valley to make these big chunky necklaces with like Swarovski crystals and like,
I love it because it was all fake stuff. Well,
no,
it
wasn't
wasn't
fake. They were real
You're
Swarovski
right.
crystals. Like the necklaces were
They were
not
just
cheap.
so
They were like
blingy.
$179 to $200 each.
I remember.
But Carly and I thought, okay, we should totally make these. And somehow, this was back before the days of the internet and smartphones, but we somehow found out where the supply source was. We found this random jewelry supply store in this random part of town, kind of like the same situation. It's in the middle of town now, but back then it was way the heck out there.
Yeah.
And we went out and like you go around this corner to this hidden building and it's chock full.
It's like a secret stash.
It literally is like chock full of these gems. And so you got to go through and there was just everything you can imagine. And they were really pretty. Remember, we all had them. It was in style at the time.
So blingy.
They
I
were
can't
just
imagine me wearing something so
for
blingy.
us so blingy because I would be wearing a t-shirt, but then I'd have on my Sparkle and
But
Sass.
people probably think that about my turquoise. I wear
Yeah.
a t-shirt and a big old
I
chunky
mean,
turquoise.
We literally, like, I feel bad because Carly had money at the time because she didn't have any kids and they weren't in school yet. And so she was like our main investor and she probably invested like $5,000 that never got back. I'm pretty sure. Literally. But we had so much fun. Like we would make this jewelry and watch Friends at the same time. And it was so fun.
Just for the memories.
The
Minus
memories,
the $5,000.
minus that she got stiffed all that money. But like we did a couple shows up in the celebrations. We would make like $1,200 every time we did a show.
Did you?
Uh-huh.
That was my next question because I knew you made them. I had one very pretty. I just wondered what the.
I pulled them out the other day just for fun. And they're still like they still bring back a lot of memories. The name cracks me up. The business cards we had cracked
Sparkle
me
is
up.
not you. Sparkle?
No, but like maybe they're coming back and maybe I will be
No,
Sparkle
I'm just
again.
saying that doesn't sound like a word for you.
No.
Sparkly.
Sparkle and Sass.
I'm not saying the
Sparkle.
necklaces aren't cute.
No, but the
is
name,
funny.
I think we thought we were so clever with that name too. We were like, oh, this is it.
It's
This
cute. It
is
just
it.
surprises
Write it down. We found it. We are here. So yeah, that's one of my funny ones.
I forgot about that. That one is funny. Let's do a joint one, the greenhouse market.
Yes, I loved that idea. Me, you, and Rachel, greenhouse market. We got a bunch of vendors. We just thought, what can we do with this greenhouse, because it's not used year round and it's such a cool place.
Mm-hmm.
We could like receptions. There's so many things that could be done here. So we started the greenhouse market, and it was so fun.
It was.
And we would charge everybody $1 to get in, and all the money that we would make would go to a teacher or to a PTSO or to something like that. We would just like rotate who we gave it to. And then people paid us for their booth. And then we would sell our own stuff too. And it was, I made aprons for each of us.
It fizzled out, but it was really fun.
I think the only reason it fizzled out is because like we got too busy like with our own stuff.
And we started real estate. We just had a lot going on.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun.
So that's one I didn't mind ending.
No, I didn't mind it ending.
Time in a season.
And it was like a good idea. I feel like it's been taken and expanded on in the town, which is cool. But I'm like, yeah, we had that OG like. So I loved it.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a good one. That was together. Piano teaching. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I was 17 years old. I was in high school. My very first student was Tracy Mills. She was just a little girl in town. I would be bribing her.
How much older are you than Tracy?
Older.
I know you're older.
She was probably 8 or 9 and I was 17.
What? You're that far apart?
We've got to be. Maybe not. Tracy, how far apart are we? Maybe she was older, but I had been playing enough that I was good enough to teach. Right.
I wish I could look her up on LDS Tool, but it won't tell me her age.
Maybe she isn't that much younger than me, but anyway, I would bribe the heck out of her. Like I would buy candy bars and stuff, but that girl never practiced. And we still to this day crack up when we see each other because like I was not a good motivator, obviously. She never practiced.
I would have practiced for candy. Maybe it just wasn't her jam. You had to find what hit her.
So that was my first experience, but I used that to say that I was an experienced teacher to get a job at a studio down in Ahwatukee,
which was
Arizona.
A great job.
I loved it. And then while I was working, it was called the Piano Warehouse. While I was working for a teacher there, this other company that also contracted to have space there, they came into me and said, can you start working for us as well? And they were a company called Music Maker Workshops. And it was a lot of fun. You know, like I did group lessons. So I had anywhere from 100 to 150 students at the same time, because I would be doing groups of 4 and groups of 3 and groups of 2. And it was so fun. In fact, because I like grew up, you know, we grew up having to work pretty hard.
Yeah.
Like we knew how to work. We knew how to like handle ourselves when we were good at jobs. But like this group kind of got thrown at me last second because a teacher had not come up and it was a very hard group. The kids were all being crazy and I just completely had a handle on it, but I didn't lose my cool and I was like in control. And all of a sudden, all the people are standing around the window watching me. And I was like, crap, I did something wrong. But sure enough, when I left, they were like, we can't believe how well you handled that. Like, you're such a young blood. And they would always be wheezing because nobody over there was a member of the church. Nobody. And they were like, why are you having a baby? You're like 5. I'm like, you are correct.
I'm 6, but
I got pregnant with my second baby, Asher. I was only 22. And I remember the moms, all of a sudden after a class, a mom's like, so me and the moms got together and we're like, how can we help you? Because you're clearly like a teen pregnancy. And I'm like, well, I'm 22, which is pretty much a teen, but also this is actually my second child. They were on the floor. Their jaws were like, you have got to be kidding me. Like, are you part of a cult? Like, what is going on? And I was like, but thank you for the offer. But I really did love that job.
I could use some stuff.
I know. I should have lied and been like, I do need help.
Can we have a baby shower?
Can we have a shower? And they threw me a shower there. Like, it was so sweet.
That was good. I remember you having that job.
But, you know, taking that experience that we had, Hunter and I and our cousin Lisa, we started, this is another hilarious name, Ticklin' the Ivory, LLC.
I think it's cute.
Ticklin' the Ivory is a term of playing the piano. So we started a piano studio in way the heck out in Queen Creek on Hunt Highway. It was way out there.
No,
and we got like 100 students within a month. It was thriving, but then guess what happened? It was 2008.
No, I can tell you what happened in my life.
Santan Valley went under foreclosure. I'm not exaggerating. We had students that were there one week and then the next week they were gone because their house was gone. They were gone. It turned into an absolute ghost town. I had just had Asher, so we kind of just cut our losses and left. But if it had happened in a better time,
for you to get 100 students in 1 month is outstanding.
It was great. We had recitals out there, and that kind of led to
you taught different things.
Yeah, we had piano, we had guitar, we had people coming out doing drums. I mean, for how little experience we were and how young we were and how stupid we were, I was quite proud of ourselves for that. Like our first
That is a good
Our
venture.
first recital out there, I was like really impressed.
That is awesome.
But anyway, that was another random one of mine. What about you?
I don't know. Can't think of any others.
Cowgirl riding. Come on. That's not a business
Well,
venture, but that's something you're really passionate about.
That's on my stay list.
Okay. You're what?
Well, when we talked about it, we were gonna say like ventures we did. Then I also wrote down ventures that didn't last.
Yeah.
So yes,
You would run.
I
You
would
would do
run.
like races and
I
Ragnars
ran
and stuff.
for 32 years. So when I had Milo, my sciatic nerve capooshed on me, and I haven't run since. But I loved running, and I would push 2 kids in a stroller.
I know. And you were do you remember that time I was going to do it with you and I lasted 1.5 days?
But you know what? Wendy went with me.
Wendy did. I was proud of Wendy.
Yes, she's
Thank you,
awesome.
Wendy. We miss you and we love you. Come run with Megan again because Jackie's not doing it.
I do miss it though. I would wake up early. It'd still be dark outside.
Right.
I'd get my 3 miles in and come home and do my sit-ups and push-ups like dad, and then my babies would wake up.
You were a good runner.
Loved it.
You loved it. It was great. Okay, so we know how passionate we are about blankets. We've talked many times about Jess blankets and how much we love them.
Which I'm wishing I had one right now. I'm not going to lie.
I have one right there in my bag. Do you want it?
Yeah.
But like, they're our favorite. Anyway, when Abe died, actually back up. Before Abe died,
Back it up, Terry.
Yes.
Put it in reverse.
our sister-in-law Rachel taught us this thing called a cheater quilt, which was so nice for us to learn because it was like how to make a blanket in like one day, and you didn't have to
Using
set up
sheets.
any kind of hoops. Oh, good job. I loved that. It was like something you could make, and so then you sit on your bed to tie it. You don't have to have like quilter frame set up or anything, and
It
we
makes you
loved
look
it.
good even if you aren't.
Yeah, so I had made a blanket, my very first blanket I ever sewed. Abe was just a little guy. He came upstairs, puked all over it, and then he literally cried all over it. And so that blanket, I still look at it and say that blanket has Abe's blood, sweat, puke, and tears, honestly.
Really?
Like,
Which one is it?
I'll show you. It's not one that I use regularly. It's just on display now, but it brings back a lot of memories of like, because I made it right, like not that long before he died. But anyway, so went a little bit crazy. Didn't want to pick up like drinking or like,
Something
worse. Something worse. Was piercing my ears a little too much. So I'm like, okay, I got to get a hobby. So I started making these blankets, and I was
you went ham.
making like every day practically. I was making a blanket. At one point for Christmas, I had a stack of blankets, like 10 blankets to give to people. Well, then we gave a blanket we had just met our friend Jessie. She was new in the ward. Me and Megan made her a blanket, and we went to give it to her to kind of like introduce ourselves. And she like loved it. She was so cute, but she's very good at sewing. Like she's very good. So she took it and kind of like made it better for sure.
Yeah.
And I was so happy because like giving the mantle over to her, because she took it to a new level where she was piecing them. She was like, totally
gorgeous.
They're gorgeous and amazing. And so, yeah, the blanket, we'll call that the year of the blanket. I
had a year of making cookies in my red house by the high school.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
you were such a baker, and
I
all
know,
of a sudden
but I
one
chunked
year
out 5,000.
you just stopped, and I'm like, I feel deprived because you cooked the most amazing treats, and you were busting them out every single
them
day.
All, and I
you were like,
gained a lot
would
of
you
weight.
like to come over to have the 7-layer cookie? I mean, like it was like the most insane stuff you would do too.
It's all fun and games till my cheeks
So
got
you
up
get
to me. Chubby cheeks.
Oh, I love it. So yeah, like random DIY stuff. We used to do really fun stuff. We called me and Rhonda, our friend Rhonda, who's been on the podcast. You guys will know her, and Megan. We started a project play date. So every month we would switch. So like we'd go to Megan's, and she'd have a list of stuff for us to do, and we just
usually
bust
just
that
one
out.
big project, but sometimes it was just a list of many little things.
I mean, one time we completely redid Megan's table or her front room, and I'm not kidding you. Rhonda took stuff to her mom's and sewed freaking whole chair covers in one day.
Oh, yeah.
Like we would bust these things out.
We spent the whole day. Our kids would Rhonda's kids were old, so she had to deal with ours, but they would just run amok in the yard.
Yeah, they would just run around.
We need to do it. Oh, you have little kids again. I was going to say, we need to do it now that we don't have little kids.
We do, because like it's like I wanted my whole room painted, and I wanted it redecorated. And by golly, if we didn't just bust that out.
Remember when we did the back patio with the grill
Yes.
at my other house?
I mean, she would like make signs, we would be painting, and if you all worked together that hard, we would do an entire project in one day.
And we would just chit chat for 10 hours, and it was I thought it was really fun.
Get yourself a project play date group
Yes.
because it really
and
like
it was just once a month,
and it
would
makes
buy
you
all
have
the
to do
supplies.
something, because if your laundry room's been looking like crap for a while, this motivates you because you know people are coming. You know
So you get
can
all the
just
prep work, you
bust
got
it
everything
out.
bought,
You got
just-
the supplies, and by golly, there's nothing more satisfying than in one day being
a
like,
whole project.
look at that.
Yes.
So
Amen.
that, and actually follow Rhonda online,
She's
social
doing
media.
some really fun reels.
She's really growing on her home improvement and DIY and just
She
all of
wouldn't
her
have time
renovating.
for us right now. Let's be honest.
Probably. She's like big stuff,
She is
right?
renovating her own stuff every day now.
Yes. So I love that. But yeah, those are just some of the random past things we've done, and it's fun
What's
to think
something-
back.
It could be a business venture or a hobby. Let's do this before we go. Something you would always have wanted to do, but it's not the time or the season or the money or the.
Well, one, I think I'm doing it. I think that this has been something we've wanted to do for a
for
while.
sure, it's on my list.
So
for
this
sure.
has been fun. For me, I don't know that I'm an artist. Maybe I'm an artist in my own way, but I just have always wanted to have a career just flat out being creative and actually have it like go somewhere. I jump around to a lot because I have so many things I want to try. Like I did weaving. Do you remember all my
Yes.
weavings I did? And then I
Weaving,
did crocheting, and then I did sewing, and then I did like all the things like that. Like I would make these random bird feeders out of teacups. I mean, I've just done it all, like just the most random stuff, but
about that one.
right. But like, I'd love
Something
to have something
creatively.
stick where it just really takes off. But maybe I just need to come to grips with like we said, the Jackie of all trades. Maybe that's just who I am, where I like to jump around.
Yeah, that's kind of how David is. So I get it.
So yeah, just need one of them to like really
Stick.
take off. Yeah.
Yes.
What about you?
I couldn't decide between two: being a rodeo queen, not a rodeo queen, whatever they do, the
You
drill
want to
team in
be
the
the drill
beginning.
team. Yeah.
Or wouldn't it be fun to travel and be a food?
Yes. Yes.
That would be fun because I love
Yes.
good food more than anything. A travel foodie.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Have
go
a cute little series on
reviews.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it was just a blog or a
Like a little
podcast or-
YouTube.
yeah, anything.
That would be so fun.
I just love good food.
You do, and you love to travel, and you can take things that you see or do, and you can go home and recreate them, and they're amazing. So you could literally have this whole thing. Oh, I'm feeling this. Okay, you could have this whole thing where you're like, I'm going to recreate this for us so that it's attainable for the everyday woman, the
Mhm.
attainable for the everything man. But yeah. Yes. So yeah,
That's
I
my
love it.
thing. Maybe I'll ride into the food on my horse. If I show up at your restaurant on a horse, you'll know who it is.
And maybe I'll drape something creative over the bum of the horse, like a flowing blanket.
Or the heads
We're-
that have the fly
Yes,
covers.
we're gonna combine our sources. Like I would be that girl who like, have you seen those towns where they literally crochet canopies over their whole streets?
Yes.
That's me.
There's things like that. We saw things similar to that, like in Vienna, don't you feel like?
Yeah,
The little
just the
bunting all the
artsy
way
things,
across
the bunting
it.
everywhere. Like I have this desire, this burning desire to make a downtown district in Snowflake
That would be a blast.
where it's just straight up adorable and kitschy and cute.
When I went to Puerto Rico, they had umbrellas hung
Mhm.
along a whole
Yeah,
street,
yeah.
like all through the middle,
That's
like
the
a
kind of stuff. Like I
umbrella
want a
bunting.
median with plants and flowers and light posts going down Center Street and like cobbled streets. Like that would be
That
so
would
fun.
be awesome.
And honestly, I'm really excited for the wedding. It's coming. It's like in a couple days, and I love the idea of like how Ellie's kind of letting me do a few little random kitschy things that I've been wanting to do for years. But
Mhm.
because she kind of gets me and we have similar styles, it's just gonna be fun to actually
Put them into
try
use.
it. Try the few things that I've
I'm
been wanting to
excited.
do. Yeah,
It's
so
coming
it'll
in
be
hot.
fun. But anyway,
Do you
Yeah.
have a good or shallow or whatever? Mine's just good. It's not shallow.
Okay,
'cause
what
I'm
is
so
it?
happy. I got Cardskin's flight plans today.
oh my
6 weeks.
This is a huge
December
one.
4th.
It's a big
I
one.
asked him on Monday, when are you getting your flight plans? And he said, probably not till a week or two before I come home.
Are Luke and Paula going to be out of town on their cruise?
Yep.
Shut up.
Yep.
Shut up.
Dead serious.
I just realized that. Oh my gosh, heartbreaking.
I know.
Carly and his bestie, Carly, my hair girl. Carly and crew are totally. I'm like, you have to go, you guys.
Were they not sure?
No, they are. She's like,
Okay,
we
good.
are. I'm like, okay, good. Because like that's the cutest thing ever because they're besties. They're like Sean and Gus. I love
Cardston
it.
had to wait to go on his mission till
Yes,
their wedding, so
I
they could be
love
the
it.
best man.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's my good thing.
That is a good thing. Honestly, my good thing is like just feeling so cute with my hair.
You should.
Like
It's
so
adorable.
fun and
If I come and cut it off in the night, it's not because of
don't
jealousy.
do it. Like I just like I don't know. I just feel
let's
like
see it.
it's so cute. And this is all Carly. That's why we're here. We're talking about getting to Carly. And if you're
Watch
watching
it
on
YouTube,
YouTube,
yeah, check out her
check it
hair.
out. Yeah, go to YouTube. If you're just listening right now, go check it out so you can see the good work that
And
Carly
we'll have
does.
Jackie or Paula post pictures of Jackie all week.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds intimidating. Please like and subscribe just so you can get the updates of when we have new
Yes.
videos and
And follow us on YouTube at Pop Run Radio.
If you have any hints on the iron situation for Piper, please comment. We know people have all these random homeopathic tips.
I learned tonight, Shauna taught me what's good for Alzheimer's. So
what?
fish oil and omega-3 maybe.
Has she been taking it?
Yeah,
Okay.
because her
It's like
grandma
a family.
had a
yeah, you don't want to go down that path.
So I might need to buy those for David. I'm just kidding. Anyways,
it.
follow us on Instagram too.
Yes. Instagram, Pop Run Radio. Check us out on
YouTube.
Email us anytime. We love getting it. If you email us through the Buzzsprout, we do see it. So
I got one today. David forwarded it to me.
Any way you can reach out to us, we'd love to hear from you.
So let me find that real quick. He did send one. Oh shoot, what did he send it on? Do you know?
I don't remember.
Was it to both of us? Or was it from you?
We'll do it next time. It's
Dang
fine.
it. We got sent one and it was good. I'm sorry.
No, but
I was gonna
everyone,
save it.
reach out to us so we can chat and it'll be fun. And we hope you have a happy Halloween and everyone has a good time. And my gosh, the next time I talk to you, I'm going to be like, the wedding's done. We did it.
And you're going to have another
accomplished
freaking child in your family.
Yeah. So I'm going from
Mind blown.
6 children to 7. Like, who am I? I am like
Not Jean Valjean. Just kidding.
2,
Sorry.
4, 6, so 1. All right. Thanks.
Peace out. Oh, my